Welcome to Chimera Racing. Today we'll be talking about our picks for the top 5 American-made cars that appear to be fast, but are in fact quite slow. Starting off our list is the Plymouth Prowler. While not necessarily slow, it looks much faster than it actually is. The Plymouth Prowler was powered by a 3.5-liter V6, making about 214 horsepower, paired to a 4-speed automatic transmission that had an electronic gear shifter. The Prowler went from 0 to 60 in 7.2 seconds and had an electronically limited top speed of 118 miles per hour. While this is nothing to scoff at in most cars, when paired with the beautiful styling of the Prowler, it's just sad. Dropping in at 4 on our list is the Dodge Avenger. The Avenger was produced between 1994 and 2014. If you look at the styling of the Avenger, just at a glance, you might think, wow, that looks like a speedy American muscle car. But if you look under the hood, you'll see that it just plain isn't. The Avenger started with the engine options of a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder, making 140 horsepower, and a 2.5-liter V6, making 155 horsepower, mated to either a 5-speed manual transmission or a 4-speed automatic. Dodge tried to stuff many more engines into this car throughout its life. However, the largest engine was only a 3.6-liter Pentastar V6, and that only made 300 horsepower. Coming in at number 3 is the Dodge Rampage. The Rampage was Dodge's attempt at an economy mini truck. The Rampage was produced from 1982 to 1984, but in 1983, it was joined by its rebadged twin, the Plymouth Scamp. The power plant Dodge decided to fit this truck with was the 2.2-liter K14 4-cylinder engine, producing a measly 96 horsepower. You'd think that this would be bad enough as it is. However, Dodge decided to mate this tiny engine with a 3-speed automatic transmission, although you could also get it with a 4 or 5-speed manual. Now, I'd love to give you some more specs on this truck. However, it doesn't seem like anyone wants to advertise their 0 to 60 for some reason. It's almost like it wasn't fast. Coming in at number 2 is the Pontiac Fiero. The Fiero was produced from 1984 to 1988. This was the first, and for a long time, the only American-made mid-engine sports car. This car was a brilliant, highly modifiable car, being the base for many Italian sport car look-alike kits. People turned these cars into Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Maseratis, and many more. People have also swapped big V8 engines into those little Fieros, turning them into undefeatable drag strip weapons. The Fiero started its life with Pontiac's Iron Duke 4-cylinder, making a measly 92 horsepower. But later in its life, the car was fitted with a 2.8-liter V6, producing around 115 horsepower, which still isn't much, but for the size of the car, wasn't horrible. These engines were then mated to either a 3-speed automatic, a 4-speed manual, or an option of 2 different 5-speed manual transmissions. The Fiero's initial model had a sluggish 0 to 60 of 10.7 seconds. However, Pontiac did manage to improve it by the end of production in 1988 with the Fiero formula, which jogged up that 0 to 60 to 7.7 seconds. While this car may not have been the fastest, it sure looked great. Finally, our number 1 fast-looking slow car is none other than the DeLorean. Because what else could it be? The DeLorean was produced from 1981 to 1982 by the DeLorean Motor Company. This car has so much to be said about it, I could make a whole nother video about it. In fact, I probably will. Anyways, the DeLorean was the only car ever produced by John DeLorean's DeLorean Motor Company. Unfortunate that it went under right after the end of the DeLorean's production. This fast-looking sports car was known for its incredible looks, having been designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro, yet depressingly bad performance. The DeLorean was fitted with a tiny 2.85-liter V6 engine, making only 130 horsepower. It made it to a choice of either a 5-speed manual or a 3-speed automatic transmission. The 0 to 60 for this car was about 10.5 seconds with its automatic transmission, but when it had its manual transmission, that time went down to 8.8 seconds, which it's not mind-melting, but it's pretty fast for the time with a V6 engine. And I mean, although this car was incredibly slow and produced for only 2 years, it still has a cult following to this day due to its appearance in the 1985 movie Back to the Future. Well, there you go. My picks for the top 5 American-made cars that look fast but are actually quite slow. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content.